Hey, Melissa here from GirlGoneFishing, and today I'm out on the lake with my buddy Shawn, and we're trying just one of the local lakes. It happens to be a reclaimed gravel pit, so gonna see what we can do, have some fun, and get some fish before it gets cold and snowy. I've never seen it this low. There is the Z-Man MiniMax Chatterbaits. Here's the regular jackhammer evergreen chatterbait. You can see the size difference there. Even the blade is smaller. My standard 4-inch Kayak easy shiny trailers are way too big for this little guy. This is what I usually use for chatterbait trailers, but my chatterbait's much bigger than this. So luckily I have a couple little options. I'm gonna try the Z-Man finesse TRDs. That kind of looks like a little shad trailer. Or if I want to go creature, maybe the baby goat from Z-Man. So I'm going to try these as my little chatterbait trailers. Seems like that fits pretty well. I'm going to start with the creature bait one and put this on here and throw it around and see what we get. And if this doesn't work, I'll try the little shad-shaped finesse TRD before we switch lures. So man, with the Z-Man Elastec on here, this is going to be hard to get in. It doesn't like to go on. But once it's on, it does not come off. They're fantastic because they just stay on. They last forever, fish after fish. Alright, there we go. We've got a little mini trailer. I like it. So since I put a creature trailer on my little MiniMax Chatterbait here, I'm fishing it on the bottom like a creature. Look at it. It's great. Or I could give it a little swim and let it fall, give it a little swim and let it fall. So I've been throwing this around for a couple hours now and haven't got a bite. My initial impression is that, gosh, it really looks in the water like it should work. I mean, it seems like it should catch a fish. You definitely don't feel the thump of the blade as much. It's a little more of a subtle presentation, but as a finesse chatterbait, I think it's got a lot of potential, and I look forward to using it more next year during the season. Hopefully it'll give me a leg up on the people that haven't bought the MiniMax yet. So I started the day with the new Z-Man MiniMax Chatterbait. I really thought I was going to get a bite putting that creature bait on it, and I was throwing that on my Proteus rod with the Shimano reel, but I found a little grass. This lake doesn't have much grass, and I found a little patch of grass right off a drop-off. So I'm going to switch to the Texas Rig Big TRD on my St. Croix Mojo bass rod with my Shimano Stratic reel and see if I can slow drag this big TRD through the grass and get a fish. So nothing's worked so far. I'm gonna throw on two different baits. One's a wild card and one's like a kind of go-to old favorite. So my wild card is the Dark Sleeper from Megabass. And this is a cool little thing. I think it's supposed to be a goby. It's big up on like Lake St. Clair, Lake Erie for those smallmouth up there, the Clearwater smallmouth where the gobies are big. But I'm gonna try it down here. This is Clearwater and there's smallmouth, and just because there's not gobies in this reservoir doesn't mean a smallmouth wouldn't eat one. I love the fact that it's weedless because it has this little hook pocket right here. Can you see that? The hook is, oops, I dropped it. See that? The hook is inside his little top fin, which is just ingenious. So it comes through a lot of good stuff. It's better on like rocky bottoms than like mucky bottoms. So I haven't had a lot of chance to use it. Most places I've been fishing seem to have been like kind of muddy and yucky on the bottom. But I'm gonna try it today. So that's my wild card, give that a try. And then the other thing I just tied on is one of my favorites, the Strike King KVD 3XD, and I put this one in bluegill because I tried a creature bait to kind of be like crawfish, and I tried a couple different things to be a shad, and I got nothing yet, so now I'm going to try to be a bluegill. So this one goes, you know, a good medium depth, like 7 to 10 feet. It has a kind of nice medium rattle, and we'll see how that goes. So here's that Megabass Dark Sleeper in the water, taking advantage of a little bit of sunshine where you can kind of see in the water. I assumed that this would be like a bottom crawling kind of bait, like, you know, where you would just inch it along the bottom with it being that weedless and everything, or, you know, maybe hop it a little bit. But wow, I really like the action. Look at that tail kicking like that. So that opens up a lot of different ways to fish it than I expected. I really like the way that color pops in the water too, like that flashy gold. You know, and it's in a nice little compact body that smallmouth really seem to like. I got a little largemouth. All right, well, I guess this tells me something. First cast with the 3XD and I got a little largemouth. Let's see if we can do better. Well, this day just can't decide what kind of day it wants to be. It is sunny and beautiful 1 minute, and then the sun goes behind the clouds and the wind picks up and it's freezing. So I'm just trying to not pay attention to my frozen fingers and soak up the sunshine when I get a chance and focus on getting some big fish, big bass. Shawn's on the other side of the lake right now. We're kind of circling it, like I'm at like 12 o'clock and he's at 6 o'clock right now. So I haven't heard any whooping or got any text messages. So don't know if he's got anything yet, but I haven't got anything since my last report. So just got to keep at it. Oh no, that's not true. I did get that one really small bass, but he doesn't really count. So back to casting. Can't catch a bass without a line in the water.
Oh, look at that. There's all kinds of activity right there.
Let me run right over and scare them all.
They don't get scared of us. Just fast moves.
Right? Sure, the giant orange thing doesn't bother them. Smallmouth right at the boat on the 3XD. So I got this guy cranking the bluegill colored straight king 3XD, and I'm on a pretty deep lake right now. It's a small little lake and it's about 40 feet. I'm throwing it right up to shore on the gravel and cranking it down, and this guy was right next to a stick, the only stick around on the shore. Oh, I got a nice one too. You want to compare? Look at that guy. Can you see? You choked that thing. Mine's only 16 1/4.
Oh, what? That's still a good one, and I think there's some more good ones here. Is that a largemouth?
Yeah?
It's got a smallmouth.
Yeah?
That's freaking awesome. Alright, we gotta get
You want me to come over there? Hold on.
I'm on the spotlight. Right?
Yeah, sure. Oh, yours is prettier.
Of course it is the brown thing.
Right, all right. Can you see yourself in there?
Yeah.
All right, we're good. Oh, you're just longer. Throwing a lighter crankbait into the wind. There we go, backlash. I know better than that. least it's not a bad one. I just restrung this reel last night with the Searer Invisex 15-pound fluorocarbon. That's my favorite line. So I switch sometimes between 8-pound and 10-pound on my spinning rods and 12-pound and 15-pound on my baitcaster rods. But when I put it on, I always put on like a little too much, and then the first few times you use it, it seems to bird nest a lot until you end up cutting that little bit extra off or getting it wound really tight. I don't think I've mastered the art of spooling it really tight in my kitchen yet. I refuse to buy one of those spooler things, so I hold the spool between my feet while I'm trying to put it on. So what I should do is every time I respool my reel, I should put on a heavy bait, like a deep diving crankbait or something, and throw it way out and then just reel it in and get it real tight on the reel and know I did it right, you know, but of course I didn't do that. All right, we're back in business. Okay, well, we're 2 hours in and it's been a great day so far. It's not nearly as cold as you'd think it would be. The temperature is still about 35 and the wind's picking up to about 5 miles per hour right now, but the sun's trying to peek through a little bit, which makes a huge difference in how nice it is. So it's been a great day. We've got some fish. I got a smallmouth and a largemouth, and Shawn got a really nice smallmouth and a couple other smallmouth. So great day so far. Gonna keep going. I know I got my fish on a 3XD, but I really want to try some of the other lures. I need to practice like the other techniques. 3XD I already know, I already love. I can catch fish on it pretty consistently. I need to make myself practice the other stuff, but man, it's fun just throwing the stuff I like and catching fish. That went well. Okay. So I pulled up to the shore to be able to get out and use the portalette over here, and as I stepped off the nose of the lynx onto shore, I guess my back foot must have kind of kicked back and the lynx took off. And I didn't know what to do, so I stepped into the water and it was really deep. So I ended up taking like 2 steps and about waist deep, and caught the camera that was sticking out, thank goodness. Got the lynx back. My phone was on the lynx, so I don't know what I would have done. So from now on, when I get off the boat on shore, I'm gonna take my phone with me. So that worked out okay, except that I'm soaking wet. After I just went through that whole thing where I took my socks off to try to dry my feet out, and it was actually working and I was a little warmer, I'm now absolutely soaking wet from the waist down. So hopefully the sun will come back out and warm me up a little bit, dry me off a little bit. But whew, I guess that could have been worse. I guess I could have face planted, lost the kayak. Oh, the excitement. All right, let's get back to it and get a couple more big fish.